Welcome to Manchester United News Update. Subscribe for more Manchester United news, match previews, and transfer updates. Man United transfer news. Red Devils eye shock Man City, move as Marcus Rashford given new option. Manchester United could be in line for a busy few days with the January transfer window closing in less than 2 weeks' time, and it appears that they are on the verge of a number of deals. Manchester United are in dire need of signings, and they need them now. The Red Devils are languishing in 13th in the Premier League following yet another defeat. And they've not received a glowing reference from Ruben Amorim, as he called the current crop of stars the worst in United's long history. A number of additions would go a long way in getting the club back on track. But before that happens, they need a number of faces to leave and free up some vital funds. A whole host of players have been linked with exits over the following 24 hours, while it appears that United are closing in on their own signing. Take a look at the latest transfer news and rumors from Old Trafford. Red Devils eye Grealish. Man United could make a shock move for Manchester City misfit Jack Grealish as a replacement for Marcus Rashford. The former Aston Villa star has struggled at the Etihad Stadium over recent months, and a fresh start could potentially get him back on track. German giants Borussia Dortmund are monitoring him as they aim to bolster their attacking options. United, however, could emerge as an option. The Sun report that the Red Devils, as well as Grealish's former club Aston Villa, Newcastle and Tottenham are all keeping a close eye on him. The England winger, 29, has 2.5 years remaining on his contract with Man City. Marseille plot Rashford swoop. While United could sign Grealish as a replacement for Rashford, there is one remaining issue: the academy graduate's future. Borussia Dortmund and AC Milan have been strongly linked with him but have failed to agree terms with United. But there is now a new option for the forward. According to French outlet L'Equipe, Marseille are interested in moving for Rashford. The League One giants could do with more attacking options as Eli Wahi edges towards a move to Eintracht Frankfurt as a replacement for Man City-bound Omar Marmush. A switch to the Stade Velodrome would see Rashford reunited with former United teammate Mason Greenwood. Antony scheduled for medical. Brazilian winger Antony looks set to follow Rashford out of the Old Trafford exit door, and it appears that a move is closer than ever. According to AS, Real Betis are edging towards striking a loan deal for his signature. T has been suggested they will contribute to his wages, while they could face a penalty should they not play him enough. Antony has reportedly flown to Spain to undergo a medical ahead of completing a temporary switch to the end of the season. Ruben Amorim's priority Man United transfer offered fresh option after holding secret talks. Ruben Amorim is keen on bringing Ousmane Diomand to Manchester United from Sporting Lisbon, but a number of Europe's top clubs are also showing an interest in the defender. Bayern Munich are sending scouts to watch Manchester United transfer target Ousmane Diomand in action for Sporting Lisbon against RB Leipzig in the Champions League on Wednesday night. Centre-half Diomand, 20, has admirers across the continent after impressing for Sporting since joining the Portuguese club nearly 18 months ago, when given a chance by Ruben Amorim. Fellow Sporting stars Victor Gyökeres and Giovanni Quenda have been linked with the Red Devils in recent weeks, and United also appear to hold a keen interest in Diomand. He also appeared to be on the radar of neighbor City before they signed 2 defenders in as many days. But Amorim is said to have already spoken with Diomand about the possibility of working together again at Old Trafford. That is unlikely to stop other clubs across Europe from making admiring glances at Diomand, though. Diomand is believed to have €80 million, £66 million, release clause written into his contract, meaning Sporting would stand to profit big time on a player they snapped up from Danish outfit Midtjylland. But his agent Luis Cassiano Neves recently moved to cool transfer speculation, citing that Sporting was the perfect environment for his development. He told Portuguese outlet Ebola, "He is extremely satisfied at Sporting. He is very focused on the club and the objectives for this season, which include winning the national title and improving. He knows that Sporting is the ideal club for this evolution. Sporting is Diomand's present and future, and it is where he wants to evolve." United's current squad were described by Amorim following Sunday's latest defeat at home to Brighton as among the worst in the club's history. They face a crunch Europa League tie against Rangers at Old Trafford on Thursday night before visiting Fulham on Sunday evening. But the club must also move on several players before they can spend big in the transfer market, with a number of high earners including Antony, Marcus Rashford, and Casemiro free to leave should the right offer be made. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's brutal cost-cutting set to affect three Manchester United legends. Manchester United legends Brian Robson, Dennis Irwin, and Andy Cole have been informed they will be affected by Sir Jim Ratcliffe's cost-cutting scheme, according to the Daily Mail. Robson, Irwin, and Cole currently have ambassadorial roles at Old Trafford and are paid a retainer for their services, but it's said their salaries will be significantly reduced from next season. Ratcliffe made 250 staff redundant last year and has introduced different cost-saving measures, while also scrapping concessions for Premier League games. The changes have been controversial, and reducing the role of former club captain Robson will be questioned by supporters. Robson is one of United's most iconic players and made nearly 500 appearances during his 13-year association with the club. He has represented United around the world in his ambassador role and recently climbed Mount Kilimanjaro to raise money for the Manchester United Foundation. Captain Marvel has been present on United's pre-season tours and has provided the club's partners, sponsors, and supporter groups with stories and his thoughts on current ongoings. Sir Alex Ferguson heavily relied upon Robson to lead United to great success in the 90s, and Irwin and Cole were also key players before subsequently taking up ambassadorial roles. The popular Irwin made 368 appearances for United, and Cole scored 121 goals in 275 appearances. Ratcliffe has been ruthless with his cuts, and asking Ferguson step down from his role as an ambassador for the club at the end of the season made headlines in October. United decided they could no longer afford Ferguson's £2.16 million salary, and some fans felt that was disrespectful to the man who led the club to become a modern powerhouse. Others thought it was logical, and sources stressed the decision was entirely amicable, and that Ferguson, United's most successful manager, will always be welcome at Old Trafford. Ratcliffe pledged to put the Manchester back into Manchester United when Ineos' bid was confirmed in 2023, but some of his decisions have clashed with that promise. Ratcliffe scrapped most staff benefits when United made the FA Cup final at the end of May and charged staff £20 to travel to and from Wembley when it was previously free. United had previously given tickets for cup finals to their 1,100 staff members with travel to Wembley, along with pre-match food and hotel accommodation included. Those benefits were scrapped, and morale among the workforce was understood to have dropped markedly. The Manchester Evening News contacted United for comment, and they declined. Man United vs Rangers team news, betting odds, and where to watch in Europa League clash. Manchester United turn their attention to the Europa League as they face a game against Scottish side Rangers on Thursday night. United lost 3-1 to Brighton in their last match, sparking manager Ruben Amorim to make comments deemed unusual by Alan Shearer, suggesting that his side are the worst Man United team in the club's history. Man United are currently 7th in the Europa League table, 1 point and 1 place ahead of Rangers, who are unbeaten in their last 7 matches in all competitions. Furthermore, United will have to play the game without Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, Johnny Evans, and Victor Lindelof, who are all out with injuries. Click here to see our predicted 11 for Man United at Old Trafford against Rangers. The Red Devils will aim to improve their form as they have won just one of their last 6 league games, mounting the pressure on manager Ruben Amorim. The game between United and Rangers will spark the debate of how the old firm teams would perform should they be in the Premier League, and with United's fluctuating form, they may fancy themselves on Thursday night. Amorim's side have been up and down over the past month in terms of form. However, the bookmakers still have them as favorites against an in-form Rangers side. According to Odds Checker, Man United are backed at odds of 5-11 to win on Thursday, which gives them a 68.8% chance to win the game, whereas Rangers are backed at odds of 7-1, which gives them a 12.5% chance to win, and a draw is backed at 4-1, 20%. We predict a cautious 2-1 win for United in a game that will be close between the two sides. Where to watch United's clash with Rangers. The game kicks off at 8 p.m. on Thursday, January 23rd, and will be available to watch on TNT Sports in the UK live from Old Trafford. Highlights will be posted to the TNT Sports YouTube channel following the conclusion of the action.